You're now watching The Wash Daily. There was a report that came out recently by HempStaff, staffing company for cannabis. What it said was people who work in the hemp industry earn twice as much as people who work in other agricultural fields, like corn or soybeans. A big part of that is the CBD, a lot of investment. There's a lot of business around that. Hemp is a lot bigger than CBD. So luckily, once people start to realize that we should be using it for plastic and for paper and a replacement for fuel, then obviously it'll be the thing to get into. So we're at the beginning of a long road of hemp. Good news for the hemp market. Hopefully they'll attract a lot more people to that industry and it'll become possible to switch over things like paper and clothing and energy into 100% hemp source product. Also today in news, 420 is coming up. Lots of major cities are putting a foot down, advising their cannabis users not to come to the unsanctioned 420's activities. Over in San Francisco at the Golden Gate Bay Bridge Park, there is a place called Hippie Hill. Hippie Hill has been there for a long time. San Francisco has a reputation of being a friendly city towards cannabis. April only comes once a year, and so a lot of cannabis users are very excited to go to their public areas and use cannabis freely and openly in a public setting. This year, many of the 420 events are being put down for a second. Many cannabis users are being encouraged not to attend this year's 420 events. The mayor of San Francisco said, "You better not come to our city with the expectation of celebrating 420 on Hippie Hill. Don't come to our city. We're in the middle of a pandemic. If you want to use cannabis, that's fine. Do it in your home." California has said that cannabis is an essential item, so it's not an issue whether or not they can have cannabis. It's just the public congregating that is the problem with this year's 420. Also in news today, the FDA has issued a retraction of their statement last week that vape users are more likely to contract COVID-19. What they're saying is there is no data that says that people who use vapes are more likely to get sick at all. And really, cigarettes are not cannabis, and cigarettes are full of harmful chemicals, and they're still encouraging people not to use products that involve smoking. But you can't say vape users are more likely to get COVID. Thanks for watching The Wash Daily.